The Viking Age, a time when fearsome warriors, bold explorers, and master traders roamed the seas, leaving an indelible mark on history. From the icy fjords of Scandinavia, they ventured across Europe, to the shores of North America, and even into the heart of the Byzantine Empire. But who were these Vikings, really? And what made their era so extraordinary? The Viking Age spans roughly from the late 8th century to the early 11th century, from about 793 AD to 1066 AD. It begins with a singular, brutal event, the raid on the Lindisfarne Monastery in England in 793, which shocked the Christian world. Lindisfarne was a wealthy, peaceful center of Christianity in Northumbria, and its destruction by Viking raiders is often considered the start of the Viking Age. But while the Vikings were feared as ruthless invaders, they were also much more. The Vikings were skilled warriors, but they were also extraordinary seafarers. Their ships, known as longships, were engineered to navigate both the open sea and shallow rivers. These ships could carry up to 60 men, and their speed and agility allowed the Vikings to launch surprise raids on coastal towns across Europe. But the Vikings weren't just about raiding. They were also explorers and traders. They established settlements in Iceland, Greenland, and even reached as far as North America around 1000 AD, almost 500 years before Columbus. Leif Erikson, son of the infamous Eric the Red, is credited with the discovery of North America, landing in what is today Newfoundland, Canada. This Viking settlement, known as Vinland, may not have lasted, but it marked one of the earliest known European presences in the Americas. Back in their homelands, the Vikings weren't just warriors and explorers, they were also farmers, traders, and skilled craftsmen. The Norse society was built around a complex system of clans, with chiefs and warriors holding power. They worshipped gods like Odin, Thor, and Freya, and their mythology still captivates the world today. Viking sagas, passed down orally, tell tales of gods, monsters, and heroes. These stories played a vital role in their culture, shaping their values of honor, bravery, and loyalty. As they traveled, the Vikings came into contact with a variety of cultures. In what is today Russia, they established the Kievan Rus kingdom that would eventually become one of the largest and most influential empires in Europe. They even traded with the Byzantine Empire, influencing art, trade, and warfare. Vikings also became mercenaries for the Byzantine Empire, joining the famed Varangian Guard. These Vikings served as elite bodyguards to the Byzantine emperors, earning a reputation for their loyalty and fierceness in battle. Back in Britain, the Vikings left a significant impact. Their raids eventually led to the establishment of the Danelaw, a region in England under Viking control. It wasn't all about war, though. The Vikings also influenced local culture, language, and even place names. Place names like York, originally Jorvik, Grimsby, and Derby all trace their roots back to Viking settlements. By the mid-11th century, the Viking Age began to come to an end. The rise of powerful kingdoms in Scandinavia, the spread of Christianity, and increasing resistance to Viking raids all contributed to the decline of Viking power. Many Vikings embraced Christianity, marking the end of their traditional pagan beliefs. The famous Battle of Stamford Bridge in 1066, where the Norwegian King Harald Hardrada was defeated by England's King Harold II, is often seen as the final chapter in the Viking Age. Though the Viking raid ceased, their legacy lived on. They had changed the course of history, shaped the cultures they encountered, and left a lasting imprint on the world. Today, the Vikings are remembered not just as ruthless raiders, but as pioneers who shaped the world in ways we're still discovering. Their stories live on in our languages, place names, and myths. The Viking Age may have ended, but the spirit of the Vikings continues to captivate our imagination. Their thirst for exploration, their courage in battle, and their deep connection to their cultures live on in the stories we tell today.